Going on, y'all? CorporateLike Entertainment, the Feel with Phil podcast.
What's going on, y'all? This Manny.
What's up, this man? All Profit Entertainment. How y'all doing out there? Check for us. We got upcoming releases later this year. I just keep y'all informed.
Y'all check that shit out, y'all. So this show, we're going to talk about DMX, like a little tribute to him. I know we probably did this a couple years ago, but all the old shows didn't transfer over, so we kind of got to redo a couple of the old shows, but it'll be refreshing, so don't worry about that. Also, we're going to talk about overrated albums. We was going to do artists, but we're going to do that for another show, but we're going to do the overrated albums. We're going to do expectations on NBA teams, and we're going to talk about Ja Morant. He just got his fine, and I called it sentencing the other day, or yesterday, so we're going to talk about all that. But for right now, we're going to get into DMX. I think he had one of the most impactful careers in hip-hop. And I wasn't the biggest fan, but to see it at that time was kind of, and then looking back on it when he died, it's just like, damn, I wish I would have embraced the moment more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What y'all think about his career?
I mean, my earliest memory of him, like Manny was informing us on other songs that I do recall, but I guess I wasn't really paying attention. I just remember that box on the box, to Get At Me Dog. That was the first thing I ever seen. Like the image of that was like a first impression.
Yeah.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
Speaking of Get At Me Dog, the label didn't even want that, you know.
Oh yeah, they didn't want that shit.
Herb Gotti, the one that
he fought for that shit.
He ain't really fight for it. He pretty much just kind of like.
Oh yeah, he kind of just did that shit.
He deserves some flowers because he entered Herb Gotti.
Yeah,
for a lot of artists out here.
Yeah, like I was saying, me first time hearing him was Money, Power, Respect. The song with the feature. Then 24 Hours to Live, the Mace joint.
Yeah.
That's my first time hearing him. You know what? He had another feature, 1, 2, 3, 4. You know,
with LL Cool J, yeah. Was the Cannabis in that joint?
Yeah, they took him off.
That's right.
Took Cannabis off and put X on there and shit.
Just a motherfucker growling on the track.
Yeah, X had X. Them 3 features, that shit skyrocketed. It took him, before his album dropped, the anticipation was already there. That's why he came out the gate and did what he did, because them three features was
phenomenal. That was huge. Yeah, that was on the GOAT album, right? Cool J joint.
Damn, I don't
know. It
know.
was the greatest of all time.
I don't remember
album.
Yeah.
I know it had Master P, Method Man.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. I don't know. Just from out the gate.
Time to be alive.
You know, just listening to him. I mean, the energy was just second to none, and then just hearing him, you could tell out the gate he was special. So So with that being said, the album dropped and shit. The rest was history.
I mean, he stuck around for a minute, and that run though was 4 albums.
Yeah. It was 4 albums. We'll say 5.
5,
because he had It's Dark and Hell is Hot, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Then there was X, The Great Depression, and Grand Champ. I personally don't care for Grand Champ.
Me either. We're going to cut it off a Great Depression.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It was just okay.
I always can argue with anybody. You can go blow for blow, with that run.
But them motherfucking first 3, though, it was that shit was crazy.
I think
first 3.
The Great Depression is my personal favorite.
Okay.
Yeah. I do like the first album. I do like the second album.
That first one, the classic, man.
I'll be in the air with it sometimes, man.
He got 2 classics.
You think so?
I think his first.
That's not
I don't think he got 2.
I don't think that's debatable. Like the first one.
I'm sure he got 2, man.
I think what it is, people, since he dropped twice in a year and there was such great albums, they want to throw a classic on it. That's just my personal opinion.
What elevated it was for the fact that he dropped the classic already. And then this dude at the end of the year dropped Flesh on My Flesh, like
it was fresh, and gritty.
From the time that when it dropped in the period and how long it did withstand for a minute, so I think it made a classic. I think he made 2 of them.
I gotta go back again.
I think
I keep going back, and I keep going back.
His albums, at least the first 2 went on for at least more than 5 years. Where the point that they still got played.
Definitely.
Rotation. That to me is kind of like certified classic.
I don't know. I think
he could withstand for 5 or 6 years in this game, and of one album and them songs constantly staying in rotation. I think that's certified.
He had impactful songs too.
Yeah, that's why I think it's certified.
Like Slipping.
That shit, if that matters. That matters.
Yeah, that's my favorite song from him.
Me too.
But also, like Jay even said in the interview, like, man, I had to. He had his story, like, you know, on the Hard Knock Life tour and shit. X would perform, and you know Jay was the headliner. And he was like, fuck, man, I gotta.
He didn't want to go after him or some shit, right?
Yeah,
I remember that.
Shit's crazy, like. But I always told Phil a long ass time ago, X was better than Jay at a point.
At a point.
At a point in time, he was that.
They was. I mean, I feel like
skill wise, I don't think he was fucking with Jay-Z. But
yeah,
as far as being out here,
like popularity or like just being
being that guy, being that guy.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I can agree to that.
Always compare that shit to Allen Iverson and Kobe. Like, I felt like at a point,
who would be Kobe?
Kobe was, I would say, Jay.
Okay,
AI was better than Kobe at a point, and then he just surpassed him. But X, the only reason why X got surpassed, you know, because he was battling with his own demons and shit. But if he would have like been able to be focused, man, God, man, sky's the limit.
He dropped two classics.
Would have been.
I gotta go back again, man.
Flesh Blood on My Blood is definitely a classic album.
I think it's a really good album.
And I know the first one definitely is. This is a classic, bro.
He got a lot of gems too on the first two.
This is a classic.
He got a lot of gems.
Most definitely.
It's just sad that towards the end of his career, wherever you wanted to, you know, depict where that was at, you can tell the decline in the music. You know what I'm saying?
And that personal shit that was going on.
The demons he was fighting, you know, it's just always tough to do. You know, people don't realize how much he was going through.
I don't think an artist was hotter than him though. You know, at they peak.
50 probably. I think 50 probably.
That'd be 50.
Yeah, just 50.
But just for that time period though, how he just came out of left field. He had a little feature here and there, but the build up and how he just came and boom.
He was doing hot with the movies too.
Yeah, the movies was good because he dropped. What movie did he drop? He had
Romeo Must Die.
Romeo Must Die. Belly
to the Grave.
He's East Coast Tupac for sure. If you want to like on a comparison standard as far as acting, doing the music.
Yeah, he was compared to Pac.
Yeah, I see a lot of East Coast podcasts do ask that question about who's better. You know, they had it as part of the question.
And for me, when people say who's better, who you pick, DMX or Tupac? I can't not pick Tupac. I gotta pick Tupac.
Me too, though. I mean, I don't want to. It's an appreciation, but you know.
Yeah, all due respect, but I just
all due respect. But that's the question. I
don't think it's even a debate though. People debate it.
I'll just leave it.
I don't think it's a debate.
I'll just leave it like this. Like it was very comparable, you know.
With the careers and
the trajectory of like how everything went. But
all Pac movies was good, and then all DMX, his movies was all of it was damn good for real. Box office hits too. You know what I'm saying?
But the thing with me is like I feel like DMX get disrespected when it comes to like top MCs. Like I just don't think it's 10 MC. I think he's in the top 10, man.
I mean, he got a debate to say that though. I
can't put him in the 10.
Like, he wouldn't be in mine either. But
Jermaine, don't you know how y'all like to go through like all the different criteria? He check off every box. If whatever lane you want to go into, as far as like criteria and all that shit, he check off every box. You could go to lyrics. But that people say he's not a lyricist.
A lot of our top 10s, top 10s, he will. Like if we started to break it down. He kicking a lot of their asses up out of there.
He top 10.
If we want to be real, if we go to we just go to our 7 through 10. He probably knock a couple of them out of there.
You think so?
Yeah, I do believe so.
I don't even have a doubt in my mind that
I'm not a fan.
He top 10.
You can't say he ain't got
You always
bars.
can't say top 10.
He can't freestyle. You can't say he don't make good records.
I mean, he gives somewhere between top 16, top 17. I can't give him top 10.
I think that's too far.
I can't give him. I just can't give him that top 10 spot.
What is he missing to not give him?
It's nothing he's missing.
Honestly, I don't think. People say I don't think he's as lyrical as people say he is.
That's bullshit. I don't agree.
You know how I feel. I think that shit is all. You know my mindset.
It's about making songs.
Yes,
that's not even it either though.
Lyricists don't always gotta be wordplay all the time.
That's how I feel. That's what I feel.
He's a phenomenal song maker. Like
he can
make hits.
I give you that.
He can make songs. He can make concepts. He got cohesion.
And that's what makes his rap. To me, that's what makes lyrics. Like you can get a rapper that can talk about the same subject subject on multiple songs, but you get another guy who has them hits to make people feel good, who got the hits to make people think, who got the songs that everyone can. Relatability is a lot. So if you rapping something to me that I can relate to, no matter I could say them are bars, them are lyrics. Like Tupac, people say he's not lyrical. That's bullshit.
Like I feel like he's more of a poet.
That's
songwriting.
X got that.
Yeah, he does.
X got that too. I mean, shit. You know, he used to have little prayers and
them prayers on lyrics, bro. That nigga's dropping gems and bars on them.
Yeah, but Phil, look.
Maybe it's his cadence I ain't care for.
It could be.
Maybe it was the cadence.
The cadence is crazy. Like especially on the Rough Riders after about the gate.
Yeah. And I'm not a fan of that.
Everything Phil is really he don't really have a flaw in his. He don't really have a flaw. He honestly don't. Like if you wanna nitpick, you can say like word play or whatever, like, but he still got bars though, like.
Yeah. I just wish he would have stayed consistent.
He did.
I mean, his last 3 albums wasn't that good. Last 4.
But Phil, you got to take into account he had a 4 to 5 year run.
But that'll be something to keep him out the team. Artists like that.
That's how I feel.
That could keep him out the team. Yeah. He didn't maintain. Like most of the
level of lyricism and songwriting.
They just maintained a thing about him. Like even to this day, Nas still dropping great projects.
Exactly.
But he had a time where he dropped mediocre projects though.
I agree.
Cool.
Nas.
He preached to the choir.
He got mediocre projects.
The only one really mediocre is
Nostradamus.
Well, almost trash.
He got other mediocre.
I mean, but you gonna go down, but it's how you rebound, like Scarface. Like the motherfuckers maintained through years. I feel like he had a dip that they didn't have. I will say. That's right. But that could be due to the other shit that was going on.
Then again, he had a 4 to 5 year album run that's competing with anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that eliminates talking about like the consistency. How you gonna drop 4 to 5 straight albums, but you're not consistent? That doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, if you could sustain it, like there's certain people that did 15 years of this. Like if you had that run, that 5-year run in an 8-year window, that's pretty great. But if I had this run for 10 plus, I think that'd be like a little different. It goes to the LeBron versus Michael Jordan argument. It's not saying that I think Jordan is all time better than him, but you gotta at least give him credit for what he was carrying through 20 years though. And that would go like X walked away.
Michael Jordan would have played 20 years, man.
And that's the thing about DMX story. If he didn't do this, he walked away a few times.
There's a lot of what ifs.
But then again, DMX had his own personal shit he was dealing with. Not making that an excuse.
No, I know.
It's just a fact.
That's just a fact, but that's what kind of hurt him.
And that's when you get the other ones.
I think so. I think he did it.
I think that get the other ones an edge because I didn't fall into that trap. If I can stay mentally, it's a mental game. If I can stay mentally stronger than you in this,
I don't think you can name 10 rappers that had a 5-year run, like a 5-album run like that.
I wouldn't argue with you. I wouldn't say it's 5.
You can't name 10.
Like every year?
Or
like
just 5 projects?
Because I don't think the Great Depression is. I don't think that's the top to bottom.
You'll be hard pressed to find 10 artists that had a 5-album run like that.
Jay, Nas, Cole, Kendrick. I want to say Drake. I don't want to, but
Drake's in there.
Yeah.
Drake's in there. Wayne.
But I feel like Drake's albums are so far. Oh yeah.
It's a lot. T.I. had a great. If you take DMX,
not five in a row.
What's his 4th album? What's X's 4th album?
Grand Champ.
No, Great Depression.
Compare those.
I thought that was the 4th.
The 5th one's Grand Champ.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you do his 4th or his 5th album compared to some of those artists, I don't think it's like he ain't even close to some of them artists' 4th or 5th album. If you take what's Nas' 4th or 5th album?
Illmatic, It Was Written, I Am, Nostradamus.
See what I'm saying? Like stuff like that.
But I think Nas' first 3 was so strong, even though people don't like I Am
I would say
for whatever
the first 2.
Stillmatic was the 5th, you said. So.
No, I'm talking about Nas' first 2. The I Am was a really good album, but I don't think it was. I don't think it was great.
Really? It could have got leaked. He had to redo it.
I just think he had to.
But he had to redo it.
I'm with you on the fact he had to deliver like another great album, even after
the downfall. Whatever.
Now you do most of them artists all of them have had that downspill, but a lot of them rebound with something that's even more.
Oh shit! I knew this was the dud, so let me drop this.
When Nas failed, he came back with the Stillmatic. That shit popped off crazy, and even now he had a little dip, but he came back.
Overrated, but we get into it later.
What's overrated?
Stillmatic. We'll get into it later.
That's
We'll
a
get into it a little later.
Classic.
Classic.
No, we're definitely gonna fall into a trust.
Shout out to DMX.
I revisit
nobody
that.
like
I revisit that
game,
album.
boy.
No,
What would you rank DMX albums? What would you guys rank them?
That's I don't know. His whole body
Like
of work.
this. Actually, let's do this. His whole body of work from scale of 1 to 10. What would you think his whole body of work?
From 1 to 10.
Yeah.
6.5.
You give him a 6.5?
6.5.
No, that's too.
It's kind of low. I think it's kind of low.
How many albums you got, man?
2, 4, 6, 8.
8. I don't even think. See, I think 3 or 4 of them is gonna be good. Like the rest of them, I think are just mediocre projects.
I think 4 is good, and then the other 4 is like,
I give him a 5.
But to me, that's a 50%.
1 to 10, give him a 5? Oh, you talking about 5?
5 out of 8.
Oh, okay.
You said 5 out of 8.
I would say
6.5, man. 6.5.
I'm gonna give him a 7.5.
I'm thinking 6.5.
I'm gonna give him 7.5.
I would say 8 because you got a couple classics.
I do want to say 8. Honestly.
I mean, so 2 classic got an 8. That ain't bad. Cause
that's really good.
Yeah,
if you think
good.
about it, because some people don't even drop a classic album.
Some people don't got.
I stay with the 7 because I do believe the first 2 that came out in '90. I believe those are certified classics in my opinion. Now, the rest of them you can debate.
And he number 10 spot on my top.
Number 10
on my MC.
Okay.
Yeah, he right at number 10.
His catalog ain't better than Ludacris or something like that. That's my thing.
You said what?
I don't think his catalog fucking with Ludacris no.
Nah, I think
Ludacris don't got a classic.
No, you
That's
don't.
bullshit.
No,
he doesn't.
Word of mouth definitely is a classic.
He ain't got no.
I love Luda. He don't have a
I think Release Therapy his best album.
The best don't mean. I mean, I don't think.
But
best,
it's not a
I
classic.
think Red Light District is the best album.
We got to get. I don't think best means the classic though. That's just my opinion.
You
Your best
throw
I
different
think that's his
criteria?
best body of work. I would
You
put
throwing
it like that.
different criteria. Okay.
Word of mouth definitely is
Word of
that's
mouth.
a classic.
So you saying Ludacris better than X?
I got him on my 10 because of the sustainability, and I could say Luda's 5th album was better than DMX 5th album.
I can see that. I can see that logic, but I just don't think.
I think
X is better anytime.
Luda wouldn't tell you he's not better than nobody. That's the point. I watched the interview.
You could go.
That nigga said nobody's better than him.
You could go either way with X. Like if you want to play with like verses, it's not too many people beating X.
I disagree with that.
Cause you got the hardcore shit, you got the hits, you got the shit.
Only thing X lacking for real is a Grammy, but we know how that goes during that time frame.
He'll mop a few, but
he should have got a Grammy.
Yeah, I forget. I think it was for
I don't think he beat.
Flesh and Flesh. You think it was the Grammy one that year?
Yeah. That's a classic. That's damn.
How you drop two classics?
Too hard,
and you don't get a Grammy? Like, come on now.
You know the Grammy's always been fucked up. So, what's your favorite album from DMX?
Flesh on My Foot.
That's your favorite album?
Hell yeah.
I would say the first one.
That's the one with like Damien and shit on it, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. No, first one.
Okay.
First one got Damien.
Second one got that.
No, my favorite one is the third one.
And then there was X. I think I got the Great Depression.
Yeah,
well, if I had to pick, like for real, cause I always got this thing where my personal favorite, then what's really what favorite. My personal is the Great Depression. But for real, it's Dark and Hell is Hot. I can't even, you know what I'm saying? It's too many gems on there. Too many. Back-to-back gems. It's too crazy.
And then there's X is very underrated.
I agree.
Yeah, he got some.
I definitely agree. I just don't like.
He went a different.
I don't care for that Party Up song. That's what throws me off the fucking album, man.
I mean, that shit won a Grammy award.
Did it?
I mean, it should have.
Hate that fucking song. I may be a
that
little
song still played to this day.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. But you know, one thing DMX always said, and it's kind of sad to hear him talk sometime after he passed. It's like, I'm always gonna be a drug addict. I can be sober for this amount of time. I'm always gonna be a drug addict, and that was true.
I mean, it's usually the addicts.
That's true. You know what I'm saying? Just like damn.
They fighting every day.
I wonder who he had in this corner to help him. You know what I'm saying? Like he was in and out of jail a lot too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like
he was nominated 3 times.
I mean, that might be the thing that knocks him a little bit, as far as musically, because he didn't sustain it through a whole period of time.
But it's just, I feel like from '98 to '93, it was strong, and in between in the movies too, it was strong. You know what I'm saying? It's just after the fact.
Yeah, the movie of the Donald Goines book, I love that. That was a great ass movie. When he played he had to get a battery acid and shit. That was the Donald Goines book. I can't remember the name of the book.
It's a book.
Yeah, it's a Donald Goines book. It got the with the light skinned nigga.
Wasn't that the
Michael
Cradle to
Ealy
the
was
Grave?
his father. Michael Ealy's real father or some shit like that.
I ain't here.
Yeah,
I ain't
it's
here.
it's after the Donald Goines book. I gotta look at the name of the book, bro. I read the book too. You know, Aaron, you go to jail.
Never
and
Die
shit.
Alone?
Yeah, Never Die Alone. When you go to jail and shit,
You got shit with Jet
I
Li.
don't think I seen that.
That's based on the Donald Goines book.
Never Die Alone. I don't think I seen that.
I think that Michael Ealy's in it.
Oh, he was King David. In the
King
movie.
David. Yes, that's the Donald Goines book. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. I might have to.
Great book. Read the book. What's the name? I gotta remember the name of the damn book. I done read.
What's the name of the book?
Supposed to have this information, people.
Damn, I ain't hip.
Yeah.
I ain't hip. I didn't think I seen that movie. Damn.
Yeah, I had read the book
I'm
first.
tripping.
It got a few people. It's a really great story, really good ass movie, bro.
X was in the movies with Jet Li, Steven
Aaliyah.
Seagal and shit.
That
movie, that's his best movie.
Is it? I gotta watch it. I'm tripping.
I'm gonna promise you that's his
I
best
ain't never
movie,
seen
bro.
that shit.
That's his best
That's
movie.
crazy, man. So
I
you
ain't
got
gonna
him.
spoil it
You
for
have him in your top 10? DMX.
I got Luda my 10th.
You got top 13?
I can definitely
all
get around the
criteria.
top 15.
It ain't
Top
10. It ain't 10 artists better than him.
But see, I wouldn't argue with you like, oh no, this guy. I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's just some shit you can't. I get it. It's just some shit you can't really like.
I just don't see how you can put 10 artists above him with all that criteria. He check off every box.
He had a hell of a run.
So it's like I don't know.
I just wish I would appreciate it more.
Yeah.
I wish I did. And when he died, I did shed a couple tears. I'm like, damn, I didn't appreciate that.
Hey, Phil, I think you had animosity in your heart because of that.
No, it wasn't that.
That Hard Knock Life freestyle when he killed Jay on that.
I always thought, and we get into that too.
Killed Jay on that shit.
That year when he dropped, he dropped Hard Knock Life too, Jay-Z, and I thought DMX album was better than Hard Knock Life.
Yeah,
absolutely. No debate to me.
What's dropping close? What you mean?
Outkast dropped that year.
Okay.
DMX, both albums, Hard Knock Life.
Okay.
Something else dropped.
Yeah.
Who else dropped that year? I forget who else. Juvie. Project Pat?
I think it's
shit, Master P.
I think it's 01 Project Pat.
That year was great for music. That was a great year for music.
I think Getty Green might have came out that year.
Yeah.
Mr. Don't Play was like 01.
Shit. It was probably. I think you're right. It was 01. That's right. But shit. What I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna put DMX in my top like 13. But I'll revisit my list on a later show. Cause I have this love hate for DMX.
If you revisit that, you put him in your top 10.
I may have to.
We 50 years in hip hop, so I think we gotta
we'll do that.
We do something for that.
Yeah, we'll do that in August. I think August 16th, 18th, something like that.
Something around the top 50. This the 50.
Ain't really nobody moving out of mine.
I keep revamping mine.
Nothing wrong with it though.
Yeah.
New evidence or some shit. That's how I feel like people are too great to just to be stubborn with some shit. Like,
yeah, that's
even
right.
with basketball, like
I don't think nobody did nothing phenomenal, other than the Kendricks and Cole's. Like they're the only artists like I think did something phenomenal where you kind of can move the needle. Like it ain't nobody else that.
Right. I still sometimes have a hard time doing it though, moving the needle.
Me too.
I have a hard time.
I'm the only artist
that being honest.
They're the only artists that's moving up, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean,
from where I had them like a few years ago, they definitely moved up.
I don't think I got Cole in my personal 10, but I think he's definitely.
I don't think I have him in my 10 either.
I think he'll be top 25 though, for sure.
Yeah.
Top 25.
I think my 5 stuck. I think that's shit.
Mine is.
Shit, we're gonna go on a commercial break, y'all. When we come back, we'll talk about overrated albums. CorporateLike Entertainment, the Feel Podcast.
Shit, we just named the overrated album.
Yeah, we named 2, I think. Alright, y'all.
I
Look,
wouldn't even
we
say
already
it.
we already getting into it.
I was joking.
Overrated albums from hip hop artists.
Hey.
Overrated albums.
I mean,
Go ahead.
I was
Go ahead,
only
man.
joking, bro. I was like ready to die. And Manny said, "What'd you say?"
You out of your motherfucking mind.
He said that's one of the critically acclaimed greatest albums ever.
It is the greatest
And that's
album.
what
It's
makes
critically acclaimed,
I
the
think
greatest
that's what
album
makes
of
it
all
overrated
time.
right there.
Critic-
I was just joking, bro. But damn,
I would.
But it's
debatable, but I got a couple albums that's better than
that's
that.
the greatest album ever.
I got a couple albums better than that.
You got couple Kanye's. It's not better than
Kanye,
as far as
yeah,
music.
yeah,
I'm talking about musically, sonically. I don't think
music sonically,
that
it check off
motherfucker is
every
a top.
box.
No,
So what's your overrated album? I'll let y'all niggas go. I'll just fall back and watch.
Go first. I was just joking when I was gonna say that shit.
Y'all wanna go? I can go.
I would say Jay.
Yeah,
Volume
I got Jay-Z's Volume 2 overrated as fuck.
Okay.
And I'm a Jay-Z fanatic fan. Overrated. I'm gonna fuck what nobody
I'm on
says.
the East Coast bash. I'm bash.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think I think it wasn't that good at all.
It was cool.
It was alright. It was a good album.
It was
Nah.
cool. On a
Be
scale of 1 to
really
10, I would
I
give
think
it a 6.
I think it barely had.
Yeah, that bitch was 7. Come on.
I don't know, man. I give it a 7 for a week ago.
Classic,
and
no, but no.
it's
Coming to
alright.
Age was
Shit
pretty
like
fire.
that.
Coming to Age was fire.
That was fire.
Like, and that, even the Annie song, the Hard Not Life song was.
That
a good
was
song.
fire.
That was a good song. There's some songs on that album.
Yeah,
He
but
got a lot of,
I give it a
he got
7.
a lot
Fuck
of
it.
mid songs.
Yeah.
He got a lot of mid
Okay.
songs.
Okay.
Money Ain't Things mid. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, it's mid. It's okay. It's a good, cool party song. It's similar to Big Pimpin' to me.
He
Big
got
Pimpin'
some,
sucks.
he got
I'm
some
just being honest.
impactful songs on
That's
there.
Yeah.
what I'm saying. So
And that's what kind of, I guess that's what overlapped the
The whole album.
yeah,
like
the
the
music
whole,
classic or 9 or
I
10.
guess
People say it's a classic. I don't
that
think
would
it's a
make it
classic.
overrated.
that's
at all.
what save it from being like overrated album when I
Right.
think about it. Like he got Money Cash Hoes on there.
It's cool.
Mm.
That's a
Classic record, but
Right,
it's just
right.
it's a real
That's a
it's a
classic-
it's a good
that's a
song.
classic
Ain't nothing
and
to
a
rant
hit.
and rave about
It's
though.
a classic and a hit, man. You got X in.
Well, Lil Nas
Jay
X
on
is a
the
classic and hit, but go ahead, right?
I mean, it can't get shit.
Unfortunately, but it's
Yeah.
terrible.
He got 3 smashes on that.
Yeah, he does.
It's
He
like-
does.
You can't
He-
really
he-
argue.
he-
You got
right.
the you got the song.
He bombarded
with
Billboard
you
with
got the
that radio
song
with that shit.
Ja Rule and Emil. Can I Get Her?
Mm.
It's
You got
alright.
Hard Knock. It's a hit record.
Yeah, it's
though.
a hit.
Yeah,
It's alright,
Hard Knock
though.
Life, and then you got Money Cash Hoes. Then you also got Money Ain't a Thing. Them
Oh, yeah.
4. He got 4 hit
I mean,
songs.
that's why I would say I don't think it's like one of the most overrated.
I think so.
I wouldn't
Compared to
say
other
one
shit, I
of the
think
most
so.
overrated, but I think it's over. I think it's a little overrated.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, how
yeah.
you know, I hear
putting it
How
in
people
shit, yeah.
people
talk about it.
present it. Oh, Jay, that's Jay's best album. No, the fuck it's not. It's one of his
No,
weakest
no.
albums. Definitely one of his weakest albums. I got a few on here. I know Bang
Yeah.
arguing on one of them, but
I got some. Shit.
okay, I'm not gonna say this is overrated. Okay, I know we keep having this discussion off on Texas and off camera and shit. I just feel like Outkast's first 2 albums is better than Aquemini, and I don't think Aquemini is a classic. Sometimes I just don't see it. I don't see it
Feel
sometimes.
you
man.
out of the
No,
you
man.
out of the norm with that one.
I am. I think the first
Because
two are way head and shoulders
most
way
people,
better.
Most people gonna say the otherwise.
I know, and I just don't see
So it's
it.
like you kind of outnumbered with
Yeah,
that.
I know. I am. I know. That's why I say
don't know,
sparingly.
the consensus say you wrong.
Yeah,
Phil.
I
But the first 2 is way better than me. Not even a debate for me.
I don't think. Nah.
I think the first 2 is
The
way
second
better.
one, I don't think the first one. I don't know.
You don't think the first one better, man?
Aquemini.
I don't know, man.
What's AT Aliens? That's the second one.
Yeah.
Okay,
Me
I think
and you,
I think AT Aliens might be better, but Aquemini is that one. Though,
But
man.
people don't
That's a classic.
big up those first two albums like they do Aquemini,
Yes, they
though.
do.
I don't think so, man.
Southern
I don't think so.
Playalistic, my
Everyone
favorite
says
album.
Aquemini. What about Southern Playalistic Catalog?
That's
Whatever
my
the
favorite.
fuck.
I don't think like. I think as far as how it's put together, structured from top to bottom.
That's why
I don't
like
think the
it.
sound is.
That's
better
why I
than-
like
I think
it.
Aquemini is a better sound.
That's why I
than
like
that
Southern
Mm.
Playalistic,
You do?
because it
Okay.
don't got that. It don't got that sound.
That
like
shit
the
probably
other
said
ones.
made in the dungeon. I think Aquemini might have been, that's probably the
Yeah,
studio.
the
Just
studio.
branded it. Yeah.
That may be what it is.
And another one, and I don't know why people. I think that's why I feel like some people don't be real hip hop fans. And I'm a Wu-Tang fan.
I was about to give it to
Method Man Takao is not a classic.
I'm about
It
to
is
give
very much. I'm not gonna say it's overrated. It's just not a classic like people say it is. It's not. It's a good album. That's it.
It's a lot of shit with that.
Not a classic though. People say it's a classic.
The album fire though.
It's cool. It's good. I don't think it's like what people make it out to
I
be.
think like Liquid Swords. I don't think that's.
You're
a classic.
crazy.
That shit ain't no classic.
Get the fuck up, man. Get up out of here, man.
I think
Crazy,
36
man.
Chambers is very highly overrated.
You're crazy,
Where
man. I
it's
can't
standing
get
and
it.
where we put it, I understand it's a classic and what it was groundbreaking.
The
But I
Fort
don't
Wayne
think
feel like it's overrated as a
it's
classic.
definitely an overrated album.
I don't
think
know,
their
man.
best album is still the Purple Tape. I think that's by far. That it was Ghost and
Ray.
Raekwon. I think that's the best album that they
I
produced.
like Iron Man.
That's pretty.
Iron Man, Supreme Clientele, Ghost and Ray, Purple Tape, Jizza, Liquid Swords, Wu-Tang
That shit
36.
is overrated.
I don't know. I wasn't
Wu-Tang
the
Forever.
biggest fan of them to have it really rated anywhere. I just looked at him for what it's worth. I always,
I hear
Yeah, he's not a big
I
fan.
hear
I always like Method. I always thought
I
Method
just hear
Man was
that's
the
the- that's
dopest
the-
one.
Yeah,
Method
that's
Man
the
was
greatest
my.
one. Nigga, that's not.
That's my dude, Method Man.
I've
Like,
heard
just
that's
the
the greatest group
just the
album.
charisma. Like
I've heard it.
I mean, a lot.
We gonna do a best group. I gotta
A lot
revisit
of
that.
people would put them as the best group.
But
It's
for-
just
yeah, I mean-
kind of unfair advantage though. You got fucking like 10 people,
And I mean, it's always
They
to me.
are-
It's gonna be a
like,
culturally biased type
5
of
to
situation.
6, 7 of them had a big.
I mean,
impact.
that East Coast, New York, East Coast, whatever. It's more. They have a lasting effect over the country. The media market. They're going to get promotion. It's
That's
gonna
a
be-
worldwide
Yeah,
thing.
it's
So
going- that's
what you think the greatest group album is then?
Greatest group album.
You don't think it's 36 Chambers? What do you
No.
think?
No.
Shit, if you talking about a group, then
I'm going to. I'm not even trying to be a homer. I just think East 99th Eternal is the greatest group album.
Nah.
Or
I can't give you that.
Outcast, man.
Which
That's
one?
a group.
Which one?
Got to be a group or a duo. We gonna certify that as a group.
I thought it was a group. I don't know if you taking it that away, then I'll eliminate them from that. But
It's the debate would be with me would be NWA.
straight out of
Straight
country.
out.
Not sure that
The
the one that
second
came
one?
after.
Damn, what was it called?
The make that's what's even crazy. It's the one with Ice Cube. I think it's the one with Ice Cube had left.
You think so?
I
I
think
don't
it's
know,
the one with
man.
Ice Cube. I think that's one of the Ghetto Boys. Ghetto Boys. I go with Outkast and then Bone. My top 5 is I debate
I
back and
put
forth.
UGK.
East 99th Eternal
Right.
is definitely a classic, and it's
Ryan
one.
Dirty,
I see that as always in like
Yeah,
the top
Ryan
15
Dirty.
greatest
And
albums.
what's the other one? Not Too Hard to Swallow.
That East
The
99
one,
though
I
was
forget.
crazy.
That's a top
It was
15
crazy.
all time album. in
Top
hip-hop.
15?
Yes.
Which one?
East 99th Eternal.
I disagree.
All time.
Top 25.
25. We take that.
I give.
But they have 30. That's not better. 30
Wait,
Chambers
this
is not
period?
better than that shit.
I think so.
You are crazy.
I think so. I think so.
You know, like just revisiting 36 Chambers, like I don't know, man. The impact, all that shit, like
Impact
it
was
heavy,
crazy.
man.
Actually, watching the show,
They changed the landscape. of hip-hop.
watching the show was crazy.
They
I mean,
changed,
that
they
was
changed
crazy.
the landscape of hip hop, like it or not. Like
you can do it, but
You know what else?
I think Bone did more. You know,
I
just
mean,
in my
they
opinion,
both
because the
changed.
sound.
They both changed the
Sound.
sound.
A
of
lot
the-
of today's music is just
yeah. I can
I
give
mean,
you that.
Bone
I
don't
can
get
give you
enough
that.
credit for
They
that.
followed
they
this
don't.
shit that's going on now.
Yeah, I can give you
They
that.
both changed
I
the
agree.
landscape of like hip hop though. So in their own way.
In their own
So
way, yeah.
Yeah.
Whether I'm not the biggest Wu-Tang fan,
Right.
but I'm gonna throw that shit out the window. And, you know,
I
like,
just-
Wu-Tang
cross
had
over
a
more
huge
impact.
fucking impact on hip hop.
Yeah.
And I think I throw two out there real quick. I think a lot of people like this album for whatever reason. Jadakiss is top 5 DOA. Not that good of an album. I think it's overrated. Very overrated. And Kanye.
Actually,
People gonna hate this Kanye vs. Heartbreaks. 808 Heartbreak. I don't
that's
think.
a
I
classic
don't.
to me.
in
That shit.
in
Whew.
the way
Don't say it.
in the way it was made, it's a classic.
I know. I understand that, but
Phil,
I
you
just,
gotta understand like the
I'm feeling
the
it, man.
making of it.
Yeah, I
It's
get
a
it.
classic.
I
man.
get it.
And
That's
he
just-
changed that changed the sound of music.
Ain't none of that better than any of the other Kanye West albums.
Shout out Cudi.
It changed
That was-
it
that was-
changed the sound of music.
It
That was
did.
Kid Cudi pen on that whole
It was.
album. His whole sound,
It was.
everything. Kid
I just
Cudi.
wasn't. It's a cool album. Just for what it is, I just don't see it highly regarded as a top album at all.
Mhm.
I don't see it like
I think
that.
when I always say, man, when some shit changed the landscape of music,
Right.
it gotta be. You can't
I'm think-
you can't have
So I'm
that
thinking
as overrated.
Snoop, Drake, So Far Gone, Snoop's Doggy Style, Dre's Chronic, 50's Get Rich or Die Trying,
These are
Eminem's first
overrated?
album. No, I'm just
Oh.
saying like that's changed the
It
landscape.
Oh, okay.
changed
Um,
changed hip hop.
Jay's Hard Knock Life 2 did, honestly.
Yeah,
it was crazy.
And that's why I be like, okay, overrated. That's a bit of a stretch, you know, when I sit down and think about that whole album in this full entirety, though. Like, he had a lot of...
I don't think you're crazy for having Bone top 15 album all time.
That's not top...
I was a Bone fan, too.
That's not top 15. I would say, you know, 25, 30, you know...
I mean, that's just me, though. You know
I'm cool with that.
That's just my
That
opinion.
might be some bias.
I will agree. I will give my Cleveland bias on that. I will give my Cleveland
Top
bias
25,
on that,
30.
That's all that matters, though.
You know
You know, if you feel, you know, you realize that, because I know I can be biased.
I just don't think it's 20. If I'm naming my best albums to me of all time, I don't think I'm going to get to 20 before I get to East 99. I'm not. If I'm naming my greatest albums of all time, I'm not getting to 20 before I get to East 99 Fraternal. The impact that it had on where we're from what I seen visually, even the
crazy.
World, when Crossroads, the way that Crossroads video came out and the effects of that video,
First of the month,
all that shit, that shit,
them anthems,
that mattered.
Definitely.
You're not telling me it was 15 better than that. You cannot tell me
25, 30.
Even how the Crossroads video was shot. You've never seen nothing like that before.
They won a Grammy for that, right?
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
You've never seen no video.
For visuals too, right?
Yeah, the visuals and all that was nothing like that when that came out. And then what came after the sound of that and what brought the culturally, as far as that, nothing was bigger than that, as far as group wise.
Okay, I can see that.
Cream
I can see that. I can see that. But I'm gonna go back what you said though. It's Cream still used to this day.
Yeah.
Like you said, bling bling. So I'm gonna go what you said.
Crossroads is too. A lot of people say I see you at the cross. It's still today. See you at the
not as big as Cream and bling bling though.
First of the month he used too.
First of the month, that plays on the radio. That plays on the radio every first of the month. Come on now.
I'll name another one, man. I don't want to spend too much time on this one, man. I think Carter 3 is overrated. Absolutely.
I mean, where is it rated?
People rank that very high. You don't think so?
I mean, I do. I even do. I mean, I think it's definitely a classic. It's
I don't.
I think that's his best body of work.
Fuck no.
Yeah.
Oh my hell no. No way. Better than Carter 2?
I like to choose my words.
I kind of get what he's saying.
That's why
he's saying body.
Okay.
That's
okay.
Music.
Right.
I can the structure of the songs and shit.
That's why I said.
I can agree.
Carter 2 got that too.
Not like Carter 3. Not how it's structured and how it's.
The song about Nicki. Not Nicki. Trina, and then. The best rapper alive. Then your song with Robin Thicke. You don't think so?
Yeah, it's not put together.
It's not
how
diverse.
The Carter 3 is, because the Carter 3
it's way more diverse.
It got How to Love. There's some songs on there. It touches different type of shit that Carter 2 didn't.
Right.
Carter 2 is my favorite.
I'll give y'all that.
That's why
it does touch. That garbage ass. That song is garbage. I don't know why.
People love it though.
That's why.
Okay, I give y'all that.
I knew you was about to react like that. That's why I said I choose my words.
Body of work. I give you that. I'll give you that. But I feel like it's so overrated.
I just like Drake. When I say like his best album to me is Nothing Was the Same. Body of work. I think that's.
I don't feel like it's a classic though.
I didn't say it.
People say it's a classic.
I didn't say classic.
People say it's a classic. I think he was talking crazy on there though.
Right,
I ain't gonna lie. He was talking crazy on there. But he had a couple songs like
Take Care is probably his only classic. And then
I don't think that's a classic either. By far.
Take Care is definitely.
I tell you why. The song with Nicki's not that good. The song with Rihanna's not that good. The Practice is not that good. Like I can't get out of that classic.
Take Care is a classic.
I think The Practice because that Juvie sample. That's the only reason. But other than that, I don't think that's a classic. And
he don't got too many like groundbreaking like
song.
I'm talking about on that album. Like it's not just
groundbreaking like lyrically or like masses.
Just masses.
Like. But I think a classic can even be a bad album. It's crazy how
I don't think so.
I want you to explain that.
Like personally, just my personal opinion, like the MC Hammer whole entire album, I don't think it's a great album, but is it classic? I believe it is.
I couldn't even tell.
I mean, but
I've never even heard.
Please Hammer Don't Hurt Him is a classic album, whether we want to like it or not. But it's just the impact. I think that's kind of what makes it classic. As far as if you can be very impactful on the world and like Nelly's country grammars and shit like that. I don't think them are very well structured, great albums.
People had that as a classic.
It is a classic. It may not be every song may not be good to us though, y'all.
But because of the impact.
Impact
sales. So the second album got to be a classic too, because the impact was just as crazy.
Nah.
it was just as crazy.
I don't think it
They
broke.
kept that.
I don't think it broke ground how like country grammar broke. Like I think it was just a different. Even if you sold more, I don't think it broke impactfully how much country grammar did. Like that shit like broke. It was
Okay,
ordered. It was.
I give you that.
That's what I'm saying.
That shit was heavy. I was just listening to Murphy Lee interview on DJ Vlad, where he was explaining that shit.
I mean, like 36 Chambers ain't Wu-Tang's best album, but it's damn sure.
What you think it is? The Wu-Tang
The
Forever, the second
Right,
one?
Forever, and I don't even like that one. I think that one might way cheap.
Nah, 36.
But
I have to go.
that motherfucker groundbreaking. Like I think the Nas I Am is better than Illmatic. I Am is fire.
It's a good idea, huh? Say that again. I'm sorry. I got lost. I got sidetracked. Say it again.
You want me to go back?
Yeah, go back just a little bit.
We was talking about 36 Chambers versus.
Okay, 36 Chambers.
Nah, I gotta say 36. The
Put
impact,
together.
I gotta go back.
the impact's crazy.
Yeah, I mean that's what makes it. But I think right, far as structurally put together, as far as songs for
So
songs,
does impact matter though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For it to be a classic?
I think that's one of the key. It may be the top. Because I mean, even though classic
I don't like
albums,
that.
I mean,
I don't like that. I don't like
they got
that.
all that shit wrapped in one on that album, though.
Okay.
They got the impact, they got the records. Like, I mean, they have a staple for a song. Like
Right.
the Cream shit, like,
Right.
that's a
Casual
staple in
lyrics
hip hop.
around me.
Like,
Right.
whether you like it or not. Like, a lot of people reference that shit from 94, 92,
yeah.
all the way until now. So it's like, I don't know, that shit just stick with you.
I mean, like Carter, I think Carter 1 may be better than Carter 3, but people call Carter 3 a classic. I think Carter 2 might
Just
be better.
musically,
But
You said
how
Carter
it's
1?
structured, the
I think
impact
Carter
that-
1 is like
Them
a
shits is-
really good album, honestly.
It's nothing bad. It's not a bad
I just
song
look
on
at
Carter
that.
1.
I just look at
Maybe
that.
one. But
He got a
I might be a
couple
stretch.
bad songs.
On Carter
You
1?
think so?
Yeah, at the end of the album, kind of boring.
Uh,
It's kind of boring.
I can see that.
If you could-
hoes and all that. No,
Yeah,
I like that
that's
song.
not the end.
I like that
I got
song.
$25 on my dress that if I give it to my hoe, she gonna bring back my.
Yeah, I like that song.
That shit fire.
I think I like because of the sample.
Yeah.
I like that song.
Songs get kind of boring.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think Carter 3 got boring songs, bro. Honestly,
It kind of faded off.
I don't think so.
I don't think it aged well at
But
all.
I think Carter 4 may be a little bit better than Carter.
I don't think so.
If you look at the song, go song for song, even with feature game, even the sound of it. Carter 4 is very well put together also. But it's just the impact of Carter 3. It sold 1 million in
a week.
4 days.
4
It's like
days,
4 days, that
5
bitch was over 1 million. And then he came back with Carter 4, that was the same thing. It was a little bit under 1 million.
Carter 4 is the one we had them big collabs,
It's
right?
made so many collabs on
Yeah,
that album,
okay,
so
that's what
many
I
big
thought.
songs on
I
there.
forgot
though.
about that. Yeah.
It's crazy. But people
Nah.
gonna put Carter 3 over it.
His shit.
I don't think it's. I don't know. I like the Beat Bill. I like Mr. Carter. Amelie, honestly, if we're being, I feel like Amelie's a little overrated. Thank you. It's a little overrated. The last verse is fire though. At the beginning of it, all that shit kind of. I think the
My
beat
nigga was
catches
rambling. He was
everybody.
rambling.
Yeah, he was rambling. Thank you. Yeah, he was definitely
He was
rambling.
rambling
It's
a
like
little bit on that song.
it's just sonically that song is fire though.
Yeah.
Okay.
Musically and sonically.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I think
don't
it's
really
the
have.
concept. I think concept wise.
Yeah, like the whole concept of the song.
I think that's what carries the song more than anything.
And this song, I mean, this album, he was just broadening his like horizons, like just musically.
Yeah,
on
see,
it.
I don't know. In Carter 4 may be better. Blunt blowing, Mega Man, 6 foot, 7 foot, Nightmares at the Bottom.
I like Nightmares at the Bottom.
How to Hate.
He
John.
he don't got better songs.
I didn't like. I didn't like John because it's the same song from Rick Ross. I didn't like it.
But that's how some music. That's how
Yeah,
he don't
I
got
like it. It's too soon. Too soon.
He got better songs on Carter 3.
Okay.
You think so?
I don't know. How to Love is on this, not even on Carter 3. That's great.
How's that? What's that on?
Carter 4.
Carter 4.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know.
I could've sworn it was on Carter 3.
3.
Maybe you're right on that one.
Nah, this album was dope, man.
Any other albums y'all think is overrated?
That last Kendrick. That shit is
Let
overrated.
it breathe. Let it breathe for
That
me.
last Kendrick
I
is
think just how
overrated.
long it was.
That
it was
last
long.
You gotta wait.
overrated.
The concept was brilliant. I
Yeah.
think the album's brilliant. I mean, there's like a song or two I don't care for. The song with Blast and the song with Ghostface and Summer Walker. I feel like he could have just left that shit off.
Right.
Personally, and I don't like. I get it, but I didn't really wasn't too fond of those songs.
So it's a few. We be all day here naming albums.
There's a few. I'm trying to think of one good, and I think we talked about this off air. I feel like Nas is still Matic. I'm not gonna say it's overrated. I just feel like it got a classic because Blueprint got a classic. I feel like it was a competition thing. That's how I feel.
I don't really like the album either.
You don't like it? I love the album.
But
I just feel like it got a classic title because of Blueprint.
To me, it was just like a whole.
You don't think so?
I think the whole album was just like a whole disc.
You think so? I don't see it that way.
Oh, and he had like 2 or 3 songs. But that's Hov dropped subliminals too, so I don't be trying to hear that. Hov is subliminal you on your
Just
own
one
record.
person though. The whole album.
Yeah, because he was dropping subliminals to this day. People don't know.
Mace.
Yeah,
Mace is a
like
big
people
one.
didn't know about that. But like from top to bottom, that album's a classic. Phil,
Don't see it
go
sometimes,
when you
man.
get a chance. Go song for song. No, I think you just angry because of what happened to Jay.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I just think they gave him that title. Okay, how often do they give a classic album back to back like that with artists? They don't do that every so often. You know what I'm saying?
Nas did what nobody ever did, and then everybody clowned him.
Why? Because of the Nostradamus?
And clown him for the Nostradamus, and then Jay making a takeover song.
Yeah.
Everybody like he's dead. He washed up. He ain't gonna drop.
No,
shit.
Nas dropped the first disc.
The Super
Run Through
Ugly's the
Beam Raid.
better
No,
disc.
what's the name?
I don't think so.
Man, you are. To me, I just think when you come at I just think he took the gloves off on Super Ugly. Just my personal opinion.
I can see where
I go with facts over fictions. If he got to talk and stuff, and he got to bring in other stuff in that were factual, then I think he kind of win a battle to me.
I don't care for
That was no Vaseline like
My Country and this missing a song. Ain't that Uchiwali supposed to be on there?
no, Ishawali on the
compilation.
Yeah, QB fine.
That's on the QB.
No, he got a song with Bravehearts on there though.
No, he don't.
What?
Nah. He only got 14 songs on here. No bonus.
That's what the guy that was a song with Bravehearts on
You know,
that
you go to the
bitch.
streaming service, a lot of shit do get pulled off and albums get redone.
Nah, fuck that. I'm about to Google this shit. I know what I'm talking about. Hold on. Nah, I gotta do this shit.
Nah, man.
I mean, I think
The
like
song with Bravehearts, that's dog shit.
I
them
you know,
last
I go
3
with not even
songs,
trying to be funny.
the last 4 songs at the end of the album, like that's classic Nas.
Like I think
That is
All
classic
Eyes
Nas.
on Me is a great album, but I think the features kind of like bring it down a little
Thank
bit.
you.
I'm not gonna say it's overrated.
Thank you. I agree.
That's
like a perfectly structured, well-structured album.
That's Dr. Dre. That's Dr. Dre structure. You know what I'm saying? Just to be honest.
Man, I
It's
swear,
a classic.
I gotta call Hub on this one. I swear to God, it was the Bravehearts feature on this album.
Nah, you must be talking about Godson or something.
No.
The features bring it down.
Wait a minute, hold on.
Them 4 songs is
the fuck?
classic Nas.
No, I gotta call Hub on this one.
That is a classic. This is a classic, man.
Nah.
That's a classic.
He only got 3 for me.
3 classics?
Yeah, that's me.
Which ones?
Illmatic, I Am, and
It Was Written.
It was written. Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
3 classic. He got to redo that.
That's
He got 3 classics.
That's me though.
Stillmatic is one of them.
I think Illmatic is the best one. I mean,
if you go track for track with Stillmatic, like that is a classic, man.
I'm gonna go back again.
It's a classic.
I'm gonna go back. I'll go back.
You can't. I don't see how it's
I'm
not.
gonna go back. But
Is
alright.
it better than Blueprint?
Fuck no.
I mean, I'm with you on that.
Fuck no. No way. No way. He better than Blueprint. Jay was in his bag on that one. Definitely, that's that Reasonable Doubt Volume 1 mixture with Blueprint. That's what that was. Like, definitely.
That was all production.
He got another one too. That
Not
fucking.
the
What's the one he
lyrics,
got?
that's crazy.
He came back from retirement.
What?
What the fuck? The Jay-Z album.
That
That shit was trash.
No, it wasn't.
That was a
Had a lot of gems. People say it's,
That's
he had a couple bad songs. That I will say.
It wasn't that good.
But it had a lot
some
of
gems.
gems.
I don't know I want to call it overrated because I don't know where it rates, but it's
I
not
don't
rated very high.
I don't think the
Yeah.
Dynasty album that good. Like people
That's one
say.
of my favorites. That shit, I disagree. I think that's.
You know, I say body of work.
That's a classic.
That's what it is.
That's a classic.
People think it's a classic. I don't call it. I don't call it a classic though.
From top to
Body
bottom.
of work
What
though
doesn't-
is
what-
perfect.
It
It's
has
perfect.
it has everything on it. Everything an album should have is on that album.
It is.
Everything.
It is.
From features to song structure
It
to
is.
impact to touching different subjects. It has all of that shit on
It
that
does.
motherfucker.
It does.
I'm sorry.
It does. But alright, y'all. We'll go on a commercial break. When we come back, we get into some NBA discussion. So, gonna fuck with us, CorporateLike Entertainment Field with Phil podcast. Alright, y'all, we back from commercial break. We about to get into the expectations of NBA teams. I'll go first on this one. I'll just go through it really quick and then we can just elaborate. I feel like the Clippers need to figure it out.
They just need to be healthy.
That too. Suns need a bench. I think Lakers have a good core. Houston just needs to rebuild or whatever the fuck they're doing over there. I think Luka needs some more defense over there. They need some defense. Where the fuck Kyrie gonna go? Golden State. I think Golden State needs to trade Jordan Poole and Draymond Green. Personally,
I think they need
I
Jordan Poole.
Both. I don't think they gotta choose.
Get rid of both.
I would say just Jordan.
They gotta choose one.
Jordan Poole got that big contract.
Got that big contract.
He
I forgot about
like
that
dog
shit.
I don't think nobody gonna take it. Shit.
I don't. You never know with the NBA.
They say it's always a fool.
Yeah, hey, real. And I
but
think
Jordan Poole, like he
it was irrelevant.
Right.
Yeah, he lost a lot of points.
Yeah, he did.
You know,
I know
from the
Draymond got
NBA.
a player option, so.
Does he?
Yeah, but Jordan Poole, you get that big contract. He didn't show up at all in the playoff, and he kind of the reason why they lost for real.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you go through all the games, you don't even score 10 points.
I wonder what they're gonna do because Bob Myers stepped down.
He did.
GM.
He did.
He won't
I think OKC and Detroit's on the rise though. Those are two teams on the rise to me.
When you said I'm gonna go back to the Lakers, I think they just need to blow it up.
You think so?
I think the Lakers need to start from scratch. I don't think that.
No, they need to
They
continue.
made a nice run.
They need to continue to plug in some more young talent.
I think they just stuck in an abyss right there. That's the middle of the road. Somewhere in the NBA you don't want to be is fringe playoff team, but not good enough to win the championship.
I think they needed a couple more younger players.
I mean, what can we add on with the salary cap is very well.
That's why I was saying young players.
So,
you can kind of get away with it.
Like how? Like where we gonna find
Maybe
them?
Find somebody in the draft.
They ain't good with player development. You gotta think that
pieces is going through the Anthony Davis trade.
Exactly.
They don't have no draft capital.
They don't got no second round pick or nothing.
They ain't got much. They ain't 2029 type shit.
They may have a second round.
They probably can. I could see them like putting together a trade.
If we can bring in somebody.
Trey Russell. He's terrible.
Somebody, we got to figure out something.
Yeah, he was playing good
until the playoffs.
At one point,
the playoffs
he played like shit.
That playoff pressure got
mentally. Yeah, it wasn't there mentally at all. You can tell he was on the court by himself. For if you watch the games, he was just like, "Nigga, what are you doing?" Like grabbing the ball and just going to the hole or just shooting it while passing it.
I like Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves a dog.
Keep Roy and. They have to bring They got to bring
that was a good ass pickup.
That was a good pickup.
I just don't like the idea of y'all figuring you need 3 stars to win a championship. Like,
I mean,
that's that bullshit again.
You know what's that for?
You're trying to get 3 superstars to win a championship. That's not what the NBA is.
I love player development. That's why I like the
NBA is not structured around that no longer. That
I mean,
3 stars
shit,
on
you
one
got
team
you
shit
got
is
a
gone.
couple people.
It's gone.
Bradley Beal.
That'll be bringing 3 stars in.
I don't think he fits with them. At all.
They need a shooter.
I think revamp. They need to revamp. It is I know Brown's gonna have to.
It just revamped a couple years ago though.
And they traded all that.
Trade everybody away.
I just like firing a Vogel out. That was
Zach
wrong.
LaVine.
I don't think he fits.
Available.
I don't think he fits.
He can shoot a little bit, but it depends on if the structure of the game gonna change. How they run their offense gonna have to change a lot.
I think him or Bradley Beal will fit because with LeBron getting older, I think the facilitation shit it would be good.
He still trying to control the ball though.
It's not gonna fare well.
Yeah, but he can facilitate though.
With Anthony Davis injuries and LeBron getting older, that's gonna be breaks they're gonna have to take. That means the team is not gonna play. It's the team as the starting 5. If they're gonna play together for at least 45 to 50 games a year, you're not winning a championship. Think you're gonna play 25 games with your core 5 and win. Look at Denver. Look at Miami. Look at Boston. They play together. Anthony Davis going to get hurt early. Huh?
They younger, man.
That's why I think it's time to flip. Just my opinion. Flip the roster.
Flip it.
Flip the roster. If you
I like that run.
I think they're gonna go one more year with that roster.
How far?
They need some pickups.
And make one trade. That's what I think they're gonna do.
Yeah.
I think Andrew Wiggins will fit that team.
I think so. I believe he'll fit.
Honestly.
But they need a point guard. They need a
trade
point guard.
AD? I don't know, man. I would keep guard. AD, honestly.
But I would agree too. But 40 games, 50 games, you need to stick together. Like him and Brian together, they're not going to play 50 games together on the court.
Shit, I'll say the team on the rise, possibly, you know, Spurs. You know, they got the #1 pick.
Oh yeah.
With the guy from overseas. I think he's from France.
Yeah, I think so.
We did hard that one show before the season. I said Minnesota. I thought they was gonna make the Western Conference Finals. That last year, I thought
San Antonio be getting lucky, man.
Yeah,
they got great player development over there too, though.
Yeah, that's why I was saying.
That's why you never know
kid, he went to the right team.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, because they had developed him.
I think Duncan over there on the bench were helping the players.
Is he? I didn't know that.
He over there
I didn't know that. That's dope.
With Pop,
and they got a decent amount of young players too on their team.
A lot of young players. I think they're the youngest team in the NBA.
It's another guy that's in the draft. Scoop.
Yeah.
They say he possibly would go first.
Nah, they was talking about New Orleans was thinking about trading.
Oh,
for
Zion.
Trading
I saw this. They're trying to get rid of Zion.
What do we do with Zion?
Well, Zion just needs some. He needs some, you know, advising. I would say.
You know what it goes down to, like
all
these
years. I mean, these years he's been in the league, he's still very young.
They got no vets in the locker room.
Yeah, that's why I was saying he needs guidance.
You consider Brandon Ingram a vet though? Or no,
I mean, he's not nobody. They need a veteran like a Udonis Haslem, like a guy that'll make them dress like we wear suits or some shit. I ain't trying to say you gotta wear suits.
No, I know that. I get it. Yeah,
like Charles Barkley said when he came into the league, it was Moses Malone who told him like you fat as fuck.
And that's what I was just about to say. And you know Moses Malone ain't nobody about to be. I mean that's a big ass dude. And Charles said it out of his mouth like. Shit, I wanted to whoop his ass, but he probably would have fucking killed me if I would have tried some shit.
He's what Charles Barkley would have been if he didn't.
Nah, he got him in shape.
Yeah, but that's what Zion is. What Barkley would have been without a
That's a good. I like that. Yeah.
He's where Charles Barkley was. Charles Barkley. They got a weight clause in his contract says he has to be under 295. They don't put that in no contract.
Just for nothing.
He's lazy. I mean, I kind of saw that before he came into the NBA. He's just always been hurt, even through high school. That was his thing.
Think it was a weight issue because he's always hurt?
Yeah, he don't.
Too much weight on his body?
Come on, eat McDonald's and shit. You gotta get yourself
in shape. He's not in the best of... He in one of the worst cities for eating, too. Like, New Orleans.
Crawfish and shit, butter.
They food good as fuck down there. I couldn't imagine, but... I would just say he needs some guidance and advising though. Like he need to. I think they both need to part ways with each other.
Scenery.
Think so?
Yeah.
Where would he go though?
No, I just think he need a different change of scenery because that's not the team for him, and I don't think that's the player for them. I think they just need to part ways because he need a different environment that's gonna be way more structured. Okay. You know, and build structure with him. So he can get his shit together and not be doing all this goofy shit.
At least one player that's gonna play. Would you do Julius Randle and like quickly for him? If you like player swap. I mean, Randle's an all-star.
Yeah, he got. I don't feel like he.
I would do.
He stopped. His selling stopped when he got to the Knicks.
I just think like if New Orleans would have had just that player, they say they had Julius Randle.
They did have Julius Randle.
Okay, he did come from there. Okay, he probably gonna go back there.
Came from where?
He came from New Orleans.
He was in the Kobe trade. I mean, not the Kobe trade, but the AD trade.
Thought with the Lakers.
Yeah, but I think through the AD trade, I think he did.
The AD trade sent him there.
I think he did.
I don't remember that.
He played for the Lakers.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, I know. I thought
he got drafted to the Lakers.
Kyle Kuzma, all them, they all.
He went to the New Orleans.
I didn't realize
he was in the AD trade. That's how Lonzo and Brandon Ingram went there.
Okay.
I didn't realize that.
Okay.
I'm tripping. Damn.
I don't know. Knicks gave him a big contract, so I don't know. I think New York would be a good place for him.
Yeah, they figure out how to get him.
I think Cleveland gonna do in the East.
The only thing I can say is just more development.
Development.
Yeah,
they need
to be tougher.
They just need more experience, and I feel like I always keep telling you about Donovan Mitchell, man. Like he played like dog shit.
He did.
It was kind of unacceptable in my opinion for you to be this quote unquote superstar.
Right.
You playing in your home. You playing against your hometown team, and you play like complete shit for the whole series basically. Like, he only had like one, and it wasn't that good though. It was okay.
Okay.
Like he won a game where he barely scored 10 points.
I'll move on from Allen. You gotta move on.
Think so?
Nah, but
this I just think what lost is them. They got bullied. And
They
Allen
just gotta.
that
I
Julius
think
Randle, I
think
seen
they
him.
just gotta
I just
get
seen him touching them niggas and they just flying.
But them some big boys though.
I
They
know.
just gotta get in the weight room, man.
I mean Randall. I mean that.
Randall-
Not
Randall
the one guy.
and
I was
Robinson.
talking about. No, the
Allen, Mobley?
Allen's what 8 years in.
Yeah, but he's
241.
not. His frame is small
That's
as
why
fuck.
you gotta
though.
go. It's time to. I think
What
He
you
just
trade
gotta
him for?
get in that weight room. I'm not trading him.
I'll get rid of him. Draft picks
I'm
or
not
something,
getting rid of
or
him. He
get
too
a,
young.
I get a different big man back. I
They
think
too
you need-
young. I think
Bam Debo or whatever
I
nigga.
saw,
I
you
think
need
they
somebody
help-
with some strength.
I think they help each other. They complement each other very well.
I can see that.
They
too.
just lighten the ass.
So what we
to
gonna
be,
do? So how we gonna?
to
I
be
mean,
honest.
Mobley can get bigger.
But Mobley got
what
bigger.
What can Allen do to change? Allen's too far
He
gone.
need to get in that weight room with Mobley.
Bro, he's 8 to 10 years in. They know that shit over with.
I don't think so.
Ain't no-
I don't think so.
They
It
not
may be a little
developing
harder.
like that, man.
He haven't been in the league that long.
Man, I
Been about
he got
5-6
how old is
years,
he?
man.
What, 28?
24 years. He
20,
young as
24.
Yeah, that team young as
If
fuck.
he's under
Jared Allen.
if he's under
Really?
25,
Look
then
at
I
that.
probably will keep him another
That's
year.
why I said, like,
If he's-
bro, they just signed him. He was 22 when they signed him.
I thought he was about 8 some years in. man.
Nah, he came
He's
from
25.
Brooklyn. He came from
No, he's
Brooklyn.
25.
Yeah, they young as
Too
fuck.
light in the ass for me.
No,
man.
I'm saying,
Like-
get your ass in the
He's
weight
too
room.
inconsistent.
But I would say Mobley got in the weight room.
Like no way you shouldn't be a double. You should be a walking double.
Yeah, they
He just turned 25 in April too.
Okay.
Yeah, they young
14
as
and
fuck.
10 basically.
Well, I give him one more year. I give him one more.
Nah, I'll let his contract ride out. He got two. I think he got 2 more years.
I'll let it ride out.
He's
I'll
not
let it
a
ride out.
championship.
I think they compliment
People
each other.
change though. People
Man,
change.
I think a lot of that was. I mean,
see
they
the
got
stripes,
bullied,
man.
but Donovan, you got to step your game up, man. You
Yeah.
can't be average. He ain't averaged 20 points in that series. I don't think. That's
He might-
unacceptable for your best player.
I
on
mean, me
the
just
team.
watching that, I just seen the difference from the paint. I
In
just
the
seen
paint,
the
but
paint.
Yeah, you
we're-
can definitely see the
I just
difference.
saw them
Difference.
get. I understand what Donovan didn't do, but I just saw them
Okay, so
constantly down the court.
You don't put
They
none
got
of that on
I'm not saying.
Donovan Mitchell.
I'm just my number one takeaway from that was being out rebounded.
But there's games where they needed scoring. It
every
didn't
game
happen.
they got beat off the boards though, bro.
They got beat off the boards. but
I see both y'all
That,
points.
They had
pick and
game
roll,
range.
the pick and roll with Jalen Brownson in the middle of that floor destroyed the Cavs. And Julius Randle, look what he did versus in the Eastern Conference Finals, and how Miami and Bam knew control. Even versus Miami, look what he did. They controlled him. He didn't get off like that, but when he Cleveland, it was just bump into you, layup, left hand.
I don't know.
He
Miami,
can't go
Miami
right.
got the guards defensively though.
They had
So-
the big
Yeah.
man. They had
They don't
Bam
got
at
no
a-
big man.
Bam
Bam,
at the
is not
bottom,
that big,
but
man.
he's-
Bam like
He
6'8".
considered a
But
big man.
He's
bro,
not
he's
a
a
big
second.
man,
He's a second team all defensive center, bro.
He a good defender, but
That's-
he's not a big man though.
He's their
I consider
center.
him a big man.
I consider him because he's their big man.
He's 6'8".
Yeah,
didn't know
he's
that.
not that tall.
But he's their center. So
Yeah, he
he's their
is,
big
yeah.
man.
He was getting shitted on in the finals.
I disagree. Not shitted on.
He was
He's
getting
averaging
shitted
20 and 10.
on defense. On the defense, he was getting
I mean,
shitted
that's a
on.
top 5 player. in the league,
Nicolo's
bro.
different. Joker's different.
But look what you're saying. What it takes to show him to get shit on. Look what he did to Julius Randle, who was an all-star.
Julius Randle is a borderline.
But look what he did
all-star,
to us, bro. That's my point. That's the
But
point.
Julius-
He looked it like a superstar versus our paint. Versus Jared Allen and Mobley, he looked it like a superstar. And just to me, that was the glaring hole, is that one of them needs to go because they can't play together down there.
I'm not breaking them up. This their first full season.
Yeah, I'm not bringing him up here. I give him
I'm
2
just
years.
not
I give him 2
doing
years.
it. They young
Yeah,
as
2
fuck. Like
I mean, I could.
Mobley 22.
I'm not
he
saying him. I'm
25.
saying
Like,
Jared
Jared
Allen.
Allen.
He needs to go. I think the
you,
paint
you
is too clogged.
you can't find a serviceable big man in the league like
Man,
that.
that nigga
He
Mobley
giving
better
you
get-
14 and 10.
Mobley better get 9, but Mobley better get his ass
That's
down
10.
there. He
You-
need to
you
develop.
can't-
He's 6'10".
Round up to 10.
I mean,
Yeah, but
we about to play with the NBA today. Is not evolved around a two big
I would
man.
just say development and experience.
What can
You
he
know?
do other than score under the basket, bro?
I mean, he a pretty solid player.
He has no. We gonna talk
He's
about
a typical
what
big
skill
man.
set does he have offensively?
Not much. Not much at all.
And in
He's
the
solid.
NBA today, if he can't hit a 15-foot jumper or stretch out to hit a 3 with two 7-footers basically down there, you're not about to win in today's NBA. When you gotta, if him versus Embiid, do you trust him versus Embiid in
Not
a
at all.
series?
Embiid gonna punish him
Come on, like
any
that's.
given day.
Yeah, because he light man.
He's
So you
going to
just gotta
continue
get-
to
you just gotta
stay.
get
He's
in the
not
weight
going to
room.
gain no weight though, bro. It's
I mean, he only 25, man.
That's true.
yeah.
Let's talk about
He
John
ain't in his
Morant.
prime.
He got his suspension the other day. So I'll say this: it's 25 games. Is that just right? Is it too little, or is it too much?
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
I think they got it right.
You think they got it right?
25, I'm cool with that.
I think they dropped the ball. I think.
What you think? What you think
You
needs to
should have
happen?
got the whole season.
Damn, for real?
You crazy, bro.
Yeah, because
Nah.
you clearly didn't learn your lesson from.
I
that
say
time. But the thing is, they went light on him the first time.
first couple times.
The glaring time. But what they gave him 8 games.
6.
He missed a couple. So I think it was a total of 8, but he only did like.
Yeah, he should have got suspended for the rest of the season.
For that?
That time? I don't know. Nah.
I don't know.
I got a mixed thing with him.
You
I got a mixed relationship with him.
have to put a harsher punishment on somebody for them to understand.
I don't think he's understanding.
They say he lost for $5 million. I think $1
feel
million
like-
dollars going.
I don't think he give a fuck about $5
I
million.
We'll find out.
Cause that gun he flagged was a toy gun. It was a lighter.
Is
He
it
showed-
proven to be a toy
Yeah,
gun?
they just did it yesterday.
Yeah, but
Man,
why
they
are
should
you?
get together to save
But
face.
why
Man,
are you
I-
flashing
a
that?
fake?
Yeah.
When you just had this incident.
But he had other instances where, you know, against the Pacers, his team or him pointed red dots at the other team.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
It's too
And you
many
fight at the party.
Yeah.
What are you doing, bro? You millions of dollars. What are you doing?
I mean, 25. I think 25 is cool. That's
I would have gave him 40,
offense.
and then the second offense, you're out for the year.
I think if it happened again, they're gonna suspend him for the year.
Yeah, because he had so many chances though.
Yeah, you got
So I
too many
can't. I understand
chances.
where you coming from, Manny, but I understand where you coming from. That's why I said I would have given him 40
I
games.
say the whole season
Well, the
because
NBA
you already got too many
Well,
chances.
I mean, the NBA will only
Yeah.
go by when they talk to him, so it's only like one strike.
But it was
two
people
strikes
that
now.
reported it to the NBA.
Yeah.
Those, like especially the Indiana Pacers.
That was
incident,
crazy.
That was reported.
It's a lot of them playing with fake shit because they said the other one was just a laser, it wasn't a gun.
Yeah,
But why are you playing like that?
Why
You
you
too
can't
old for
play
that.
like,
Yeah.
bruh, if somebody walking down the street
Yeah.
playing with you with a laser,
You gonna think it's a
Yeah,
you're
that
right.
shit
you
ain't
probably
funny.
gonna shoot their ass,
Yeah,
right?
They said
Yeah.
the,
You can't be playing with
the
people.
NBA
with shit
Players
like that.
Association is having an issue with how long the suspension is. They said it's not consistent with what punishment was. in
That's
the past.
exactly.
They say no. They say he's that's too much. They saying it's too
Too
excessive.
much?
Yeah, 25 games is too much.
I think it's either
I mean,
just
I mean, that's
right
what they
or.
saying because it's not consistent with what punishment.
I thought
was
he would have
in
got
past.
the. I thought he would have got the whole season.
I don't
But
think.
I don't think he's learning his lesson. I don't think he understands it.
I mean, no charges behind it. You can't suspend him from a whole year.
Yeah, that's true,
You
too.
gotta have
That's true,
charges.
too.
That's in the collective bargaining. He did nothing illegal. He just.
But you think do you think he's gonna change?
Oh yeah.
You think so?
I ain't gonna hold it against.
Or you know what? I would
He a
have
young
gave,
kid.
him half.
A young kid with millions of dollars though. Why you
Yeah.
need to be flashing guns?
Yeah.
Go hire.
I think he's an
some-
asshole, dumbass. I think, and it's but you know who needs to be checking the situation? Your father, the father. Like I understand you can't control your child, but you shouldn't instill something in your kid
but that's
and keep.
but
and
that's
stay on your
still
child.
that's still your child because he's still a young
yeah.
he's still young.
How old is he? 22?
23.
22, 23. You know, you seen videos with the little strippers and shit around. They had the little house rent. His father, they're getting drunk too. Like, oh yeah, I'm drink. Like you can't party.
Acting like with the
You
kids.
can't do that.
There's
at
no
some point
guys,
in
no
time.
guidance or advising again in this situation.
And then, like, if you the father and you are getting drunk, but you gotta hold some type of decorum about yourself. Like to be the cool one at the party or whatever with your kids. Like I got this mentally. I'm not about to be acting like y'all. You gotta separate the two. So I kind of blame the parenting too, because he's still young. And the excuses, I think if Derrick Rose didn't do the shit. And he from Chicago. He was part of the gang shit. If he was smart enough to steer away from it, then you can't be like, oh, he's young. He's 22.
But his brother kept him away from a lot of shit.
See, but that
See,
goes
he
to
had
the-
somebody-
He had
Yeah,
no old heads, no guidance for
Yeah,
him.
He had an
father,
older brother that was
you know what I'm
in the street. Derrick Rose had an older brother in the streets telling, like, just focus on basketball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or he just kept his head straight.
Yeah, like Brown was 22. A lot of these, Kobe was 22. Garnett was 22. You ain't flashing no guns.
Yeah,
so
but
that
that
excuse is, I don't think that's like Brown ain't hella father.
He did it a couple times too. It
That's
wasn't just
what
a
I'm
one
saying.
time.
I just think he caught up in the image of being a rapper. Like he's taking it like he's in the hip hop game. Like you're a basketball.
They don't make it no better what city he in too.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah,
that's
a
an
good point.
influence in itself.
Yeah, being
you know,
in
Memphis. That's a hot
Yeah.
city for hip hop and shit.
It is.
You gotta cut your friends off. Check them at the door. Some people can't. Everybody can't go. Don't mean you ain't got. I mean, if you taking care of them, don't mean they can go everywhere with you, bro. You know.
That's true. People get that mentality, make out the hood. You gotta bring my people with you.
I
But
mean,
they're gonna be your downfall too.
Yeah, even the video the guy was shooting, when he kind of seen what he was doing, he kind of put the gun down. Like he put the phone down real quick. Like I wonder if he said something.
Why are
to
you
him.
shooting that though?
I mean, that's what they doing nowadays. So, but why? If you in the video as the superstar, Why would you pull a gun? Like,
Yeah.
why would you? You gotta be
But
smarter than that. You're the
you as
leader.
his friend, why are you recording that?
I wouldn't have a problem. I mean, that's what we do. Like, if we like on a boat with my friends, if you got a phone out and you having a phone, there's nothing wrong
First
with
of
that.
all,
at this point in
if
time.
I'm a public figure like that, my friends out the gate not doing no shit like that. You're not going live. I don't know what's going on in the background of me.
But it's
Nothing.
it's him. It's not. That's the problem here. It's not nobody around him that's doing it. It's him.
But wasn't
think-
somebody
I don't think-
recording him? While he was doing it?
It's a different age now, bro. Even like we doing it, we doing it today. If we going out kicking it, y'all, one of us gonna be on our phone like, yo, what's up? And you pull a gun out and be like, oh no, that's you. What the fuck is you doing? I'm live. That's not on me as a friend. No, that's what we do though. You feel what I'm saying?
Nah,
You gotta
that's
be.
funny.
You're the leader here. You gotta be annoying. Like, okay, my boy recording live.
That's why you gotta check your circle.
You gotta check yourself.
You gotta check
I
your
think it's
circle.
both.
You gotta check
your
yourself.
circle, because if you can't abide and cooperate with what I got going on, then you can be out
Get the
my
fuck
circle.
out.
Yeah, so
Just
I, mean,
the bottom
I
line.
just don't see nothing wrong with what the dude did that was recording. Because
I
ain't no
don't know.
gun. When I'm recording, there is
This
no
day-
guns here.
Because he
we
didn't know,
record.
though.
That's what I'm
He
saying.
didn't
You the
know.
one who chose to grab and reach and pull the gun out and do this shit. Oh, I'm like, bro, what is you
That's
doing?
why this era is it's just
just
corny as
stupidity.
it's corny as fuck.
Terrible.
Like, you don't need to broadcast everything you're doing.
Oh, they do.
Like,
They
this
do
shit-
though.
that's
They
what
do
they
though. I mean, I feel we all fall
This is
into
what
that
get
trap,
this is
Yeah.
why this
But
is
I don't.
why
I don't
To a
do
certain
the,
degree,
yeah, but I don't do the live.
To a
I
certain
wouldn't do
degree.
live because that's how people. Him how he moving. You shouldn't be doing live. You should because you giving your people the drops. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You letting them know where you at when you're there. Like the guy that died in California, the rapper PNB Rock. You know he's shooting live. They know. Oh, you at this Waffle
PNB
House.
Rock did it to itself though.
It's in the same.
You
it's
can't
in-
be walking through LA with chains and shit.
I mean, it's kind of like the same thing, but you're going live. And
That's
you telling
like
people.
dangling.
Tell me your location and shit.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
go.
a different-
That's like dangling steak at a fucking
Lion.
hungry fucking lion. in Wolfenstein.
Yeah, we don't know what he going. Like we don't know what John
That's
Moran
real,
going
that's
through. We don't
real.
know what he
I mean, he
facing or who trying to
clearly
get it.
he dealing with a identity crisis or something. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, we can't be like, oh, he ain't from the streets, or he ain't that. We don't know. We don't.
I don't care about any
We
of that
don't know
shit.
why he
At the
got
end of the
done.
day, you under a contract.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be
Abide by that
conducting
contract.
yourself
You got to.
in a
You got to.
professional manner.
You got to.
And knock it off with all this street and thug, quote unquote thug shit
Mm-hmm.
that we don't even know that's how you are for real.
What if it's not the friends? What if it's him?
Him mentally.
Because it could be.
I can
some
see
people could be
that
so.
too, though.
Some people could be. I'm the
Definitely
man
can
with
see
the
that.
money, so y'all. This is
But
what I
the
do.
but the
Nigga,
perception.
the friend may be like, yo, bro, we don't need that. We
But
don't
the
need that. He might be like,
perception-
nigga, shut up, nigga. I'm gonna put it here. I'm that guy. Who's gonna tell me
The
that?
perception is that it's the friend. It's his circle.
Well, that's giving him. That's
Perception
giving him a pass.
is reality.
But we giving him a pass.
I ain't
wouldn't-
giving him no pass because he
Like,
done did it multiple
I
times.
can't. That's all. Then again, you pick your circle, bro. You have to take accountability. That shit is on you. Every video that I've seen, it wasn't like the friend was the one with the gun and you were in the
It was
video.
him.
It's you.
Every time.
It's you that's doing this. It's not your friends. It's you.
You fighting out
So
parties and
you
shit,
gotta-
allegedly.
that's
No,
him.
I'm talking about perception as far as like
Even with the little boy, the
people-
friends try to defuse the situation.
people
with
on the
17-year-old
people
kid.
on the outside looking in is gonna automatically assume that it's it's people around him just because this high profile
Mm-hmm.
basketball player and not knowing like if it's him or not.
Yeah.
Because
I mean,
we don't know if it's him or his
Right.
friend. Like don't nobody know that but him. So
I mean, coming from what we seen,
Yeah.
I from what
But
I've
we
seen,
don't
it's
know
him.
where he from.
I don't even think. I mean, we all coming from the same circumstances.
we
I
don't.
just
We
think
don't. He grew up with his mom and
friends.
his pops.
It's I don't think it's his friends. I think it's
He
him.
grew up with both parents in the
I
house.
just think he just
so it's
dumb.
like
The money, the power, it's a power trip, bro. He's on a power trip right now. That's just my personal opinion of it. You're a
All
power
right,
trip.
y'all. We're going to move on.
Because he's
About
pushing the live
Let's
button,
wrap
bro.
up, y'all. Real quick, Nim got a question. He said, who got a broader future, the Kings or the Timberwolves?
Kings.
Kings right now.
yeah.
I say
Kings.
But I think, ooh, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
they
the
almost
Kings.
beat Golden State.
Yeah.
It might be
First
the
year in the
Kings,
playoffs
man.
since
They played
2000
very well. They matched
since
very well.
2003 maybe.
Yeah,
Damn near 20 years.
yeah.
I mean,
Wolves got some.
I think
take the
the-
defending
yeah.
champs.
I think the
to
better
game
two
7,
pieces
right?
is in Minnesota, though. I think if Anthony Edwards and Carl Anthony Towns
Karl
are
Anthony
better
Towns,
too, then I think he's better than Sabonis. I really.
I think it's a bonus.
That's debatable.
Personally,
Better player.
At this point, is
I'm not gonna say,
debatable.
but I'm saying who I would pick. I'm picking.
At
I
this
watched
point,
that series
at this
and I watched
point, it's
them.
debatable.
I watched them wave Sabonis off and just let
Who
him
you
just
think
shoot
would have
easy.
won? Who you think will win in a 7-game series?
Between them two?
Yeah. Kings wiped them.
I wouldn't say
I don't
right.
know that I don't know.
I disagree with that.
Anthony Edwards got a little.
I seen Anthony Edwards versus. I seen that boy. He's different. I will say he's the best.
They would have handled them.
To me, he'd be the best player on the floor.
Sabonis would have been. Cat. He's soft as fuck.
Sabonis ain't that tough either, my guy.
Okay.
He got a little. He got a little grit in him though.
Did we see the series? They waved him off. I seen Draymond Green bullying him. He did. He bullied that.
Draymond Green, he don't bully anybody.
He's not gonna do Cat like that, bro.
I think he would.
And then they're not gonna wave Cat off. You're not gonna let Cat consistently shoot 15.
What do to somebody? He ain't gonna fight nobody.
He can shoot. Ain't about fighting. Nobody fighting.
Draymond
Green ain't fighting. What do you mean? None of them niggas fighting. LeBron ain't fighting.
Draymond bully him.
All right, y'all. That's our show for today. Phil Podcast, CorporateLike Entertainment, all streaming services, Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, Amazon. CorporateLike 2 shoes just came out Friday. Go cop those. I give y'all a discount to hit my DM. So y'all come fuck with us.
I think the Kings got a better team, though.
Yeah, beat
them. I think the cohesiveness is better.
I wouldn't say that was no 7
easy
games.
in the 7 games.
I disagree in the 7 game. I think they'll probably win. I think that'll go 7. They definitely going 7.
Do you think they would have took Golden State to game set?
Who?
I
think matchups is different. I think the
Golden
matchups
State would have smacked them around.
I think the matchup. I think matchups. Styles.
I don't know that the Kings is for real though.
What we did.
They got the.
They don't win 50 games.
They got the young Splash brother over there, man. That Murray.
Out
there. Murray.
He is out there. He out there looking like Clay, man. He out there looking like a young Clay Thompson.
Best 2 players on the floor though in Minnesota. I don't know,
he looking like a young Clay. You think Anthony Edwards that much better than De'Aaron Fox?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so.
I'm not sold on Fox.
Nah, Phil, how you not sold?